Imagine opening your eyes in the morning and wishing you hadn't woken up. You roll over, tangled in sheets still drenched in tears and mascara stains from the night before, wondering how you'll be capable of mustering enough strength to get out your bedroom door. And no, I'm not talking about the instant dread of getting up for school on a Monday morning. I'm talking a consistent ache that makes your legs feel paralyzed, and the cracking of your weak bones causes a pain so heavy on your chest that you feel helpless and incapable of taking even a few simple steps. Because although you've already slept for 12 hours, you feel as though a task as simple as standing up in the shower will make you fall over in exhaustion. This is only but one of the symptoms of the dark cloud I've lived under called depression, constantly casting its thunder upon my world and leading me down a pathway of pessimism, self-hatred, and eventually the urge to kill myself. And this may come across as intense and strong, but I've held this inside me way too long that when I hear stigma about mental illness that is wrong, it simply tears away layers at my already healing heart. Here's to the boys and girls who are told that depression isn't actually an illness, but some form of weakness that is caused by indulging in your sadness and simply refusing to suck it up and get over it. But let me tell you that feeling the need to drag a blade across your skin and watch the blood pour down your beautiful body takes more strength than any cloudless folk could ever comprehend. After months of thinking I was mentally insane, I sought for help and was finally diagnosed with major depression. And I found that I was often criticized for being ungrateful because I have too good of a life to suffer from such a pathetic illness. Enraged and engulfed in worthlessness, I questioned the stigma surrounding my diagnosis, and as I asked around, I was strongly discouraged by the answers that I found. Isn't depression just when you're really, really sad? I felt my heart ache as I looked into the eyes of this clueless boy who had been brought up in a world that would rather ignore than accept that 1/3 of the population suffers from some sort of mental illness every single day. I wasn't mad at him, and I certainly wasn't mad at me, but I was more than infuriated at our corrupted society. Depression is watching the world moving at a fast pace around you, but feeling your feet glued to the floor. Depression is pleading to go a day without feeling empty and miserable and wanting nothing more than happiness. Depression is listening to the voice inside your head telling you that you're selfish, pathetic, and worthless. Depression fills your body with guilt and convinces you that your life won't amount to any sort of success. Depression is not a fashion statement or a trait to hold above your head with pride. Depression is a painful disease that thousands make countless efforts to hide. Depression is a chemical imbalance of serotonin in my brain, and I refuse to be looked at with pity and disdain. So if you can hear me out, and please refrain from seeing my illness as a shame and start to applaud me for the strength I've had while enduring this excruciating pain. Here's to all survivors of mental illness, such as a good friend of mine who explained the state of anxiety as an instant state of panic and claustrophobia, leaving her with loss of concentration, lack of breath, and heaps of pressure on her chest. Here's to the man in the hospital who consistently spoke to himself in his hospital room, and as I tried to sleep at night, I'd hear his fists banging on walls in his own flesh, trying to escape from the nightmares from his past that felt so current and fresh. Here's to an extraordinary girl I met with bipolar disease, who went from extreme highs of excelling in university to simply collapsing on the floor into sobs a day later, begging to be set free. Here's to all of you heroes who are fighting the tedious and agonizing battle of mental illness despite the consistent stigma putting us down. But the war isn't over, as we need to keep speaking, educating, and shouting out loud until the stigma is abolished within everyone in this crowd. So before you tell me I have too good of a life to be sad, remember that you opened your eyes in the morning and were thankful that you had.
Help, I have done it again. I have been here many times before, hurt myself
that one. It makes you look fat, and that color is awful on you.
Why are you even here?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know either.
Right, choose right. What are you talking about?
He won't understand. Hey, pay attention to me. This work stuff is stupid and pointless. Why do you care about it anyways?
I was like, it could have ended. It could have ended, but they're doing a good job. It's like, I don't know that we needed it last season. We did. That was nice, but weird. I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. Stuff that like you never have time for during the week when things are only open when you're at work. And you're like,
Are you sure you want to do this right now? Please stay home with me.
I don't even know why I'm crying.
I know. I understand you.
What's wrong with you lately?
I don't know,
I mean, you've really got to snap out of this funk that you're in. Just come out with us tonight. That'll help.
You're an idiot if you think that will help. Plus, you always act like I'm not around when we're with them.
I gotta go, okay? I don't want to be with you anymore. Will you just go away?
You can't just walk away from me. Think of everything we've been through. No one knows you like I do.
And now a heartbreaking case to bring to you tonight, and it is something a parent should never, ever have to see.
A mother found her 10-year-old daughter who had committed suicide, all because she was being bullied. WRL's Brian Mims went to the Columbus County town of Chadbourne to find out what drove such a young girl to such extreme measures.
10 years old. She had the name of a fragrant flower, Jasmine. She lived in this house with her mom and grandma, who use words like sweet and fun-loving to describe her.
I mean, she was just a loving child. I mean, I just don't understand.
So hard to understand how this picture of innocence could want to end it all. Her mother, Samantha West, found her Monday night in her bedroom. Jasmine McLean had hanged herself with a belt.
I just lost it. Because actually she took her last breath in my arms. When I got her down, she said, "Ah," and that was it.
There's no doubt that it was suicide.
Chadbourne Police Chief Stephen Shaw was about to leave it at that until he started reading the things on Facebook and social media.
Children have started coming forward and making accusations that she was bullied and that she was bullied and bullied bad in school.
This is where she went to school, Chadbourne Elementary, where the flag flies at half staff. Jasmine's mom says, yes, kids picked on her, but she never imagined her little girl was that tormented. Mom told me kids would tease Jasmine about her shoes or her clothes. She left the school for a time, but returned about a month ago and dreaded it.
It's a shame that kids are that cruel. It really is.
Everyone that we have spoken to, there are little indicators, small, not huge indicators, small indicators that she was not happy.
And her death is now a police investigation. But could anybody be criminally liable for her death?
I can't answer that question right now.
Answers are hard to come by. When you look at that picture, 10 years old. Brian Mims, WRAL News, Columbus County.
Brian also spoke with the school's principal this afternoon. She would not go on camera, but said the school has had an internal investigation going on and is working closely with the police department.